Good morning, my friends. Brian here with VetteSource on another early morning trip out of town. Figured you guys could ride with me a little bit of the way as we come into downtown Houston here. Today we're going to head up to Tulsa, of all places, to pick up a car that, if you're a certain movie fan, you may recognize this car that was featured in this movie. So we're going to be on the road for quite a while today. Probably, looks like today I'll probably be doing close to 800 miles. So we'll be on the road for a while, so I'll be back in a little bit with some more details about where we're traveling through straight up 45 to get to our Texas border. So we'll check back in a little bit later and show you guys some of the scenery that we are looking at. And of course now we can't see much because it's still right around 5 o'clock in the morning. There's downtown Houston for you. But we'll be back in a minute and I'll show you some more stuff on our trip here. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, my friends, here we are just about leaving the great state of Texas and heading on into Oklahoma to pick up our movie car. And I was actually going to get back to you earlier when I was running through Fort Worth, but I got jammed up in there and it took me a while to get through. I've actually been on the road a little bit longer than I anticipated getting into where I needed to go, but that's okay. We're gonna keep right on rolling. So this here is our border of Texas and Oklahoma, this river. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of that river that divides the states, but there it is right there. Here we are, Oklahoma. Welcome to Oklahoma. A whole lot of nice open prairie and stuff, but anyway, we're in Oklahoma now. We got a few more hours on our trip, heading up 35 here over going towards Tulsa. So we'll get back when I'm over that direction and see what's happening. But I got jammed up in Fort Worth only because, and I got to give a shout out to Classic Ride Society. Benny over there gave me a lead on a Oldsmobile Toronado, like the 1990 that I highlighted in a few videos ago. They had a 92 Trofeo over there with the same color. It had a few of the pieces I needed on it, so I went over there and grabbed a few pieces. I got to thank him again publicly for that. I do appreciate him filling me in about that, giving me the lead on it. So that worked out well. Got some good pieces for the Trofeo that are not that easy to find. But anyway, so now we're in Oklahoma. I'm going to get off my phone because I don't want to get chased down by a trooper or anything for doing something I shouldn't be doing. So talk to you guys in a bit. One interesting feature about Oklahoma, I will point out once you get in here, is the vast size of this interesting casino on 35 here. If you like to gamble, this is a pretty big place. I think it's newer. I don't remember seeing this several years ago, but you can see it's quite a big facility. I'm sure that looks pretty impressive at nighttime if you're rolling back through here again. But anyway, it looks like they've got little miniature. Yeah, there's the Chrysler Towers at the Empire State Building, Big Ben. So they got lots of cool stuff there. Interesting little features. WinStar World Casino, there we go. Okay. Yeah, they got their own water tower there. So anyway, just cool features on the road. So I'm gonna get back to driving here now. Alright, for those of you that have not seen too, or may live in parts of the country where they don't have these, Oklahoma looks like has embraced the wind farm that are kind of, honestly to me, starting to kind of pollute our landscape, because this is kind of ridiculous. You might be able to see right in front of us. This 18-wheeler, get out of my way. These miles and miles of turbines spinning, generating power. Looks like most of them are spinning at this point. But honestly, I drive around enough, I'm kind of getting tired of seeing them. They're just, I don't know, there's too many of them. And they're really, they take up a lot of space. You know, not to mention, after they're done, I think their lifespan on these is about 7 years. And then they've got to demolish them. They actually, I think summertime they just not implode, but they blow them up at the base, collapse them, and then of course they got to figure out what to do with these gigantic fiberglass blades and everything else. But you can see here, that's a fairly large amount of them right there on somebody's piece of property. And there's actually more of them back there behind the horizon. You just can't see them from here, but you can kind of get a scale of how big these things are when you're driving right by them. I think, God, I don't remember how long each blade is, but they're huge. Not a small piece of equipment at all. And as everybody's slowing down here, let's get around this guy that's broke down here. Give him some space. But yeah, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's at least 20 of these things out here. So they're definitely, to me, like I said, it's cool the first couple times you see them, and then you just look at it like, man, that just kind of impedes the flow of the landscape out here. At least they've got these all kind of orderly, whoever put these on their property. And the funny thing is, I thought I was closer to them, but I'm not. But you can kind of see, again, in relation to the freeway, how big these things are. So if you're living in part of the world or part of the country, you don't see these. This is what a lot of Oklahoma and Texas now, not a lot, but there's enough of them to, if you're driving, you're going to notice these. You're going to run across them. They go all the way down towards Corpus Christi, actually South Padre Island. There's a huge amount of them down there. You go out to West Texas, El Paso, there's a bunch of them going that direction, and north going up into Oklahoma. There's quite a few of them. So you can kind of see here, we're getting close to this one here next to the freeway. And I would swear that these were not here when I came through 7 or 8 months ago, but I could be wrong. You can see now how big those are. Alright, well, just for fun, time to climb the mountain, so I'll be back. Alright, so figured I'd give you guys a little view from the road coming through. This is actually Turner Falls area here in Oklahoma, where it's not really a mountain per se, but it is quite a bit of elevation that you go through to get through here. This is where you start kind of this granite rock that they cut through to make these interstate highways way back in the 40s and 50s. But we're going to be taking an exit here at Turner Falls, but figured you'd enjoy that. That's kind of cool scenery to go through, and considering it's Oklahoma, you never expect. But going south, going back into Houston, this is definitely more of a long-term grade that you're having to traverse to get back into. I remember when I brought back one of the other cars, I had to come up this grade, and of course these trucks I drive it doesn't bother them with the big block under the hood, but it does kind of slow poke it up this hill with 5,000 to 7,000 pounds behind it. But you know, you're definitely not going to be wanting to go 85 miles an hour, but it'll still keep up 60, 70 if you feel like it. And we are going to take, yeah, here's our exit right here. So this is going to get us through this. I don't know if there's any siding. That's a nice RV place right there. That's actually a pretty nice RV park compared to a lot of them I see. They just look like a big parking lot, rather ugly. I don't know though if there's, see, Turner Falls goes off to the west, and we're actually going to the right, to the east, so we won't be able to see that, but just thought you'd get and find that interesting. So I'm going to get back to paying attention to where I'm going, and I'll be back later. All right, my friends, here's our payoff from our road trip up to Oklahoma. Didn't get time to photograph or video yesterday simply because I ended up being on the road for about 18 hours. Got dark, and I was hallucinating by that point. So anyway, what we acquired here was a 1966 Toronado in a very unusual and difficult to find ebony black with a matching black interior. This is a Toronado Deluxe. Has quite a few interesting options on it, including a reclining passenger seat with the headrest. A lot of cool stuff. Been on the road for at least 47 years, but has been stored properly. There's not a speck of rust on this, and actually was in the midst of having the drivetrain restored. You can kind of see the panels in there, but I'm going to have more on this car later, simply because this is a really cool car. Really glad that I found this one, and it just looks sinister in black. So that's going to wrap up this road trip video, and I'm going to get on back home. I still got a couple hundred more miles to go. So thanks for watching, hanging with me, guys, while I was riding the road, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. There's a shot of that front end for you.